See that in Excel, these grid lines are there. So these lines, which are cross lines like column wise and the row wise, and where the crossing is our cell. So all these are grid lines. So we can actually hide the grid lines. So how to hide that grid line? So for that you need to go to view. So view tab, and here you can see there are some checkboxes in the show section. So uncheck this grid lines, and your all grid lines are hidden. So whenever you want some kind of data like this, where you want to border the data, but you wanted to hide everything like for the visual representation, then you can do this. Turn on this option, grid lines. So similar way, you can see that there is another checkbox to hide the formula bar. So we can go to view, show, and click on this. So your formula bar is hidden. And if you wanted to turn on, you can check this. There is another checkbox which is for heading. You see that whenever I actually turn off this heading, so all these columns which are numbered from A, B, C, D, and all those row which are 1, 2, 3, so both get hidden. So you can actually maximize your work area whenever you want by uh, clicking this option. Let's suppose I write test here, and let me expand this section, this column width. So here is the text option. So there is one more option here. You can actually click on this option and click on format cell alignment. So what this will do, this will open this format cells dialog box at the position alignment section. Okay. Another way and the quick way is to open this one is press Control 1. So when you press Control 1, this dialog box will appear. Okay, here you can see there is one option which is in the text alignment horizontal section. Open this drop down, fill. So fill is nothing but what it will do. I will click on OK. You see that whatever the remaining uh, area in this cell, it gets filled with the same text. So you see test is filled with same text. When you select this cell, the base value is text, but the visual representation is showing like it's filling all the data. So after text, there is no space. So that's why it's connected. So let me add the space here. So you can see there is a space in between all the text element. So these are not multiple text. This is one text represented with the fill format. When you actually decrease the column width, you can see the fill section is also decreased. So this gets adjusted with the column width. So I will just make it general and click OK. Here is my data in the tabular format like this. So what I will do, I will insert one row above. So how to insert the row above? At the top is right click on this row, which is first row, right click here, and there is option which is insert. So you can insert one more row here. Okay, so now I wanted to give the heading for this data. So company A, let's suppose. So you can see that when I type this text, it's going out of this cell. Okay, as last time we have seen the option of merge. So how we do the merge? We select the cell and drag it to the right side. Okay, we have made this selection and then click on the merge and center. But the problem with the merge and center is that whenever you wanted to do any operations inside this column or row, then this merge will conflict with your data. So I will tell you how. So when I select this the particular column and I wanted to cut paste this column, I wanted to move this location to before the items. Okay, so what I will do, right click and cut. You see the Excel gives me warning that you can't do that to a merge cell, because in this column, if anywhere there is a merge cell, so when I select this column, that means I am selecting with the first row, and I can see that first row is merge one. So that's why Excel is not allowing me to cut paste this data. So this kind of situation arises when you actually insert the merge. So what I can do here, instead of merge, there is one option which I can do here. I will select all the cells, okay, and then go to format cell alignment. Here in this section, in the text alignment horizontal, what I will do, I will select this center across selection. So this option is unique option here, which is center across selection. It will actually make your cell text into the center of the selection. So whatever the selection I have done across this, it will make that text at the center. So when I click OK, you will see that this cell is center across. It, it looks like it's merged one, but it's not merged one, because individual cells you can select. The select You can select A1, B1, C1, D1 like that. But the value of this cell is not attached to this C1. It's placed at the base location, which is A1. So when I select A1, you can see that the text here is written in the formula bar. I can edit this text like this, but visual representation you will see in this format. Okay. So in this case, if I wanted to cut paste any data, so when I cut this data, I can actually right click and insert cut cell. So you can see that unit section, this column I have shifted to this side, and there is no error because of merging. So like that way also you can use this uh, center across selection option. If you wanted to open the new blank workbook, so there is a keyboard shortcut which is Control N. When you press Control N, so Control N means new workbook. So you can see the existing workbooks are there, and the new workbook is named as book 2. Okay, so this is my data right now. So when I press copy with Control C, and when I select here for the destination to paste this, I can actually directly paste by pressing Control V. So what happens is like whole source data is selected and copy pasted as it is here. But now I can actually explore other options which are paste special allows us. So when I select Control C for copy, instead of Control V or directly pasting here, what I will do, I will right click here. So when I right click, I see these paste options. The first option is paste, which is the direct pasting by Control V. But second option, you can see second option is values. So this means whatever the data you have copied, only that value is being pasted, not the formatting. So formatting includes all the border and this text are bold and with the background. So if you when you are in the situation when you wanted to paste only the values and not the formatting, then you can use that option. Okay, here at the bottom I will right click, and you can see there is a formulas. So as we haven't used formula here, so let me use one formula, which is sum of these items. And and let's make this like this. Okay, so I will select this data, right click here and paste formula. So when I select these values and right click here, and I can see that there is a value section. So when I select the value, you can see that the sum formula is not carry forward here. But if I want the formula also in this, then I can right click and paste formula. So all the values will be placed including the formula. So you can see this formula is here for this 175, which is same like this formula, but here only value is pasted. Okay. Also there is fourth option, which is transpose. So what this option does, it actually makes all the columns as rows. So serial number, company, product, cost, it's they make rows, and all the rows as columns. So you can see all rows this side, they are in aligned with the column. So this is This is a transfers option. When I right click, I can see that there is another option which is only formatting. So I already have copied all this data. This it's highlighted, and this option, what it's allowing me to do is paste only formatting but no values. So with this way, I can actually paste only formatting but no values. If I right click here and if I choose the last option, which is paste link, so you see what happened here when I select this option. So all the data here pasted here is not actually the data in this cell. It's actually the reference of the original source. So I can tell you, so I will press escape key to end the command. Here, I will change the cost of this 25 to 50 and press enter. You can see when I change this cost to 50, this cost is also changed. But here the cost is not changed, here cost is not changed, here cost is not changed. Why? Because I have pasted data in a format of reference links. So how you can see that it is linked, you can select any of the cells. So I select this 50. You can see in the formula bar, it's not the value 50, it's the reference of D3. So which is the reference of D3. So whenever you will change the source information, the destination information will get changed. That's why this paste option, which is when I copy this one and right click here, you can see the last option, which is paste link. So it is pasting the link of the original source. So the way you change all these options here, same way these options will get changed. So whenever you want the linkage of the pasted data to the source, you can use this option. Okay, right. Again, I will select this data, copy, and here right click. After this paste options, so all options we have seen. After this paste option, you can see there is one option below to it, which is paste special. And there are three dots next to it. So whenever in any software, if there are three dots, that means it's going to open the dialog box. So when I click this, it will open the dialog box. So you have variety of options here, and here all the options you can actually use directly from these radio buttons. So which is like, if you wanted to paste with the values, if you wanted to paste with formula, then formats and all these things. So when I select format and click OK, you can see the same way which I have pasted here, same way this data is pasted here. So I will select all these top rows here, and in the home tab you can see in the styles section there are cell styles. So we are going to see these cell styles. When I click this option, you can see there are variety of the options I have. Whenever I will hover my mouse cursor like this to the bad, so it actually gives that a red color, a red background color, then good. So it changes the cell style here, and then calculation. So you can see that when I select this option, all the cell style is changed. So all these cell styles are applied. So if you want the heading, then you can select this option. So you can see this, all the cell text, they are as like heading. Also, there are multiple options here, and you can actually create your own style here. So let me just make it normal. So what we are going to do, we are going to create our own style here. So when you click on the cell style, there is an option here, which is new cell styles. So I will click this one. So I get this dialog box. Okay, so I will type here is like abhi cell 01. So this is my cell style, and it asks me that what you wanted to include in this. So there are multiple checkboxes. So I wanted to include everything, and there is one format button here. When I click on this format, so now you have the option to actually format the cell style. So for this, what I will do, I will go to the font, I will change the color. So whichever color I want, uh, let me just make it this color. Okay, and then I have option to make this bold. So, and the border, I will use this cross border like this. Okay, and click OK. So I have done the formatting and I can click OK. Okay, my cell style is now saved. I have created a new cell style customized to my need. Okay, so when I will select these things here in the cell style, when I click this one, cell style in this, you can see that custom option appears at the top and there is Abhi cell 1. So which I have created new cell style. When I select this style, you can see this was my style which I wanted to apply. So whenever I want, so with my company standard, I can actually create my cell style, and with this way I can actually directly apply to the all the cells. So this will be my custom style. So you have option to create a new style here, or else you can use the default styles here. Okay, whatever the styles you have created and applied, they stick to that particular cell only. Here the items are there. So when I wanted to edit any particular item, so like this in any particular cell, so what I can generally do is like I double click this cell. So when I double click, I go inside the cell. There is another option which is a shortcut key, which is F2. When you press F2, you go inside this cell to edit this option. Okay. Now you can see that if you wanted to change this pencil name, okay, so what I will do, I will go inside, I will select this, I will type pen and press enter. Now pencil becomes pen, but I will control Z to go back to the pencil name. Without going inside the cell, we can change the name from the outside. What we need to do is just select the cell and start typing. So I will type pen. So this is another way you can actually change the cell text, but this will change the complete text. This will not give you to partially change the text. So if I have name like this pen and paper, and if I just wanted to change the paper to pencil, then I need to go inside and change. But from outside, if I change to pencil, then whole pen and paper will change to pencil. So this is the thing which you have to remember. Okay, so now I will go back to pen and paper. I'm here right now, and what I want is to actually delete this paper thing. So I have option to select this thing, or else when my mouse cursor is here, I can press backspace. So you see, with the backspace, I can click and delete each letter. Okay, now I wanted to go to the start of this text, which is pen. So what I will do, I will press the arrow key from the keyboard. So arrow key will allow me to go leftwards one by one. But when you have large text, so large text like this, so we have sales company B, and I'm at the end, and I wanted to actually start from the beginning, which is at the 2. So from keyboard, it will take a lot of time. Either I can click with the mouse, or there is a one shortcut keyboard key which you can use, and you can actually start practicing that keyboard keys. So whenever you are inside any particular text here like that, press home key. So from keyboard, if you press home key, you will go to the start of the text. So this key you can use not only in Excel, but anywhere you are using any Windows application like email or other text, you can use home key to go to the start of the text. Okay, so opposite of home, it will be end, which is next to the home key. When I press end, I will go to the end of the line. So end of the complete line, quickly I can go to, by pressing end key. So home key, start, end key, end. So with this way, I can actually change the data. Whenever you are using any application, these are a very standard key, which is used like Control C for copy, Control V for pasting, Control Z for undo. So you can see that when I press Control Z here, if I press Control Z, the company C becomes Control B. Okay, so now you know that undo and redo options are there on the quick access toolbar. Okay, when you can see that next to undo there is an arrow icon. So what is this? When I select this arrow icon, you can see whatever the actions I have done till now, it has saved all the actions, and now I have option to go back to not only one level. By pressing Ctrl C, I can actually go to multiple levels. So you can see I am scrolling mouse here. So when I'm actually moving mouse cursor, I have, without any like mouse click, I'm just hovering below. So you can see these many items I can actually undo at one time. What I need to do is just hover the mouse cursor here and press click. The moment I click, you can see the all the items which I had done till that point is undo. I can actually undo all these options like this. So I will go till this point. So you can see all these options are undone. Similar case with redo. I can actually redo the things, and you see the data is not now back again. So Control Z for undo, Control Y for redo. So for redo, there is a shortcut key which is Control Y. But if you wanted to do multiple undo and redo selections, then you can actually press this arrow and select this text. So everything what you have done in the Excel, it will get undo and redo. So let me redo everything, and I'm back here. Okay, company A. At the end, I will go by pressing end key. Okay, and inside the same cell, I wanted to write another line. So for that, I will not press enter key. I will press Alt Enter. So within a cell, I will go to the next line, and here I will type. So let's suppose ITechOasis Ac- Academy, and press enter. So you see, let me expand this one. So company A is one line and ITechOasis Academy is another line. Okay, right now I don't want ITechOasis. So what I will do, I will go inside by double clicking, and I will select all the line from ITechOasis Academy and press delete or backspace. So I will press delete and press enter. Now you see, so now you see that company A row height is not like this row height. Why? I mean, like, if I actually double click here between 10 and 11 row, still the company height is not getting adjusted. Why? So i- this is because after company A, when you click below here, you can see that the new line is created, but new line is blank. What we have done is we have deleted only the second line text, but we haven't deleted this new line uh, space. So for that, what you need to do, double click here. So your mouse pointer should be below this company A line. So in the second line, and now here you can press backspace. So when I press backspace, I will go to the end of the first line, which is company A, and now press enter. So you see the row height is adjusted here. So there are certain situations where you actually delete a particular line and you wonder that why this there is a space when I there is only one line. So this is because of this extra space. So you can actually go to the second line and press backspace, or else you can go to the first line endpoint and press delete key. So delete will delete whatever the after this company A, and press enter.